help him much.
Right, and he will not go back to Sweden, incidentally. He has been living in New York. He will stay in New York, and I'm quite sure we will see him again. We've got another heavyweight battle to tell you about. This one between promising prospect Jermaine Franklin and the veteran Rydell Booker. Rydell Booker has walked a long and a circuitous path to tonight's battle with Jermaine Franklin. He's now 38 years old. He's been a professional fighter for 18 years. That's the good news. The bad news is he's been inactive most of that time. He had a 300-fight amateur career, turned pro in 2001, and he was undefeated in his first 22 fights. 12 of them came by knockout. Then in 2004, he faced James Toney, who was fresh off a win over Evander Holyfield. Booker lost a 12-round decision to Toney, and then went to federal prison for 12 years on a charge of possession with intent to deliver over 35 pounds of cocaine. Following his release, Booker returned to the ring last year, and he's won 3 6-round decisions, most recently in July. Steve?
Well, Barry, yesterday we asked Booker if he had been challenged a lot in prison because the other inmates knew he had been a professional boxer. He said it happened all the time. And while he has that one loss to James Toney, in prison, he went undefeated.
Booker feels he's a better fighter than he was 15 years ago. Says he's smarter and stronger mentally, and his body is well preserved. Let's see what he has tonight, Barry.
Well, Franklin is 25 years old now. He's in a position, though, to move up the ladder of heavyweight prospects, particularly if he gets an impressive win tonight. He's learning on the job, though. He only had 35 amateur fights, but he still managed to win the 2014 National Golden Gloves title. As a pro, he's had an active 2017, fighting 6 times, but he fought only twice last year. He comes off a 10-round decision, but that win was 9 months ago. His style, boxer-puncher, but he says he's starting to be a bit more aggressive of late. He's had problems with opponents who pressured him in the past, and he wants to keep the fight at long range, Steve.
Barry, what a chance this is for Franklin to prove that he's the next young American heavyweight to watch. We asked him the difference between him and Joshua and Wilder. He says they slow down in their fights, while his motor is always humming.
Franklin wants to take Booker into deep water. If I was him, I would attack early. Booker has only fought 6-round fights since his release from prison. Barry?
All right, we'll see how this all plays out. Set to go then, our second fight of this triple header. Jermaine Franklin versus Rydell Booker. Heavyweights scheduled for 10 rounds. For the introduction of the fighters, once again, we go to the center of the ring and our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr. Jimmy.
Well, fans, from Jim Whalen's Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, New Jersey, our Showtime Boxing Special Edition action continues in the heavyweight division in a night brought to you by Salida Promotions and Showtime. We are sponsored by Core Power, Iron Road, and Anita. Introducing our 3 judges scoring this bout from ringside. Once again, we have Eugene Grant, James Kinney, and Alan Rubenstein. Presenting our referee in charge, he'll be giving instructions after the introductions, Earl Brown. All right, fans, here we go. 10 rounds of boxing scheduled in a heavyweight special attraction. Introducing to you first on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, entering the ring wearing black trunks with gold trim, and he weighed in at 238 3/4 pounds. With a fine record of 25 wins, only 1 defeat, he has 12 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the former #1 ranked amateur heavyweight, battle-ready veteran contender, introducing Rockin' Rydell Booker.
Showtime, baby.
And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner in this 10-round special attraction, wearing blue trunks. He weighed in at 245 1/4 pounds. Undefeated in his campaign with a record of 17 wins, no losses, 13 wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome the heavyweight contender from Saginaw, Michigan, the undefeated fighter known as the 989 Assassin, introducing Jermaine Franklin. Once again, a referee in charge. Now to give instructions, Earl Brown.
All right, gentlemen, you receive the instructions in the dressing room. I expect a good, clean, professional fight. Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves if you want.
And the tail of the tape for these big heavyweights. Yesterday, Franklin told us he anticipated coming in at 235, 240. Well, he scaled 245. That's 18 pounds more than his last fight. And some of that weight, judging by what he looks like, a little unnecessary, I'd say, about it.
Yeah, I don't think either of these guys is going to the Mr. Universe contest.
Exactly. Rules, same as our first fight, the unified rules. No standing 8, no 3 knockdown rule. Only the referee can stop the fight. The fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round, and the fight becomes official after 4 rounds.
So here we go, round 1, scheduled for 10. And Raul pointed out Franklin wants to take Booker into the deep water if he can. Booker's only had 6-round fights since his return and against lesser foes. Quick left hand shown by Franklin early.
This could be a battle of the jabs because both fighters rely on their jabs quite a bit.
Yeah, Franklin has an excellent jab. He says he's an entertainer and a warrior. So we're going to see some good action then.
We'll find out.
Good combination.
I find the Warriors to be entertaining.
You love them.
Don't punch. Break up, break.
You know, Booker once a top amateur. I mean, I think he was rated #1 in the USA. Trouble is, of course, that was a long, long time ago.
Yeah, and while, you know, if you don't fight, theoretically at least, that was a nice little right hand by Booker. You save yourself. He was away for 12 years, so you could make a case for not as much wear and tear. Nice combination from Franklin. Double jab from Franklin.
I think what you want to see from Franklin, and this is his national TV debut, you want to see characteristics and assets that perhaps the bigger heavyweights like Fury, Joshua, and Wilder don't have. He's not going to match Wilder's power, obviously. Nobody can. But he can be busy. He can show movement.
Yeah, so far I've seen some pretty good speed. Kind of flashy, you know, fast and explosive in Franklin.
All of that said, Booker's holding his own here in this first round.
Don't hold him, break. Let him go.
Franklin said he doesn't like to overcrowd. He likes to create space. So that's what we see him trying to establish that jab, but Booker's doing the same thing.
Booker wants to slow the pace down. And Franklin, at least according to what he told us, wants to pick the pace up.
Yeah, Booker wants the distance. Like, you know, he gives angles and feints, likes to use the whole ring.
Booker didn't want to be there, I can say that.
Gotta get out of there.
Right.
Franklin told us he wants space between the two. I think he's gotten that this first round.
Good jab, changing it up to the body, to the head.
With a left hook from Booker. That backed Franklin up. Franklin steps into the right hand.
You looking good, big dog. You looking real good. Hey, your movement is looking great. That's what I want you working. I want you working off that movement.
We talked with both fighters about what they need to do to win this fight. Here first, Jermaine Franklin.
Early rounds, I'm applying pressure, not giving them no room, not letting them breathe, taking them out of his element, making it kind of rough, making it rugged, you know. It's a fighting sport, so we ain't here to fight. It's a warrior sport. I'm not going to let them breathe. And the later rounds, I'm going to just start picking them apart.
He liked to leap in with shots, leap in with hooks, try to throw a big right hand. And, you know, with that taken away from it, you know, use my jab, my speed, my counter-punching ability, my angles, my slickness, just being smart in the ring. I've been boxing for 31 years. You know, I know how to make adjustments that I need to make.
So round 2 of this 10-round fight. The fight, I would have to say right now, is of Booker's choosing. A little slower pace.
Yeah, I think Franklin should put a little bit more pressure, step it up. He's allowing him to think too much, and when you allow Booker to do that, I mean, he's a slick fighter. He's fast. You see, he doesn't have too much power, but he's pretty explosive and quick with his combinations, Barry.
Man, if he doesn't have to work too hard through the early rounds, he might have something left in the tank in the later rounds. That's the big question.
Yeah, that's his. Because since coming out of prison, he's had 3 6-round fights. They were not demanding fights at all.
He said he had to take whatever they gave him. You know, it was hard to find the 8-round fights, 10-round fights, paying the opponents. It makes it hard.
He's slapping right hand.
Franklin was busy in the first round, a little busier than I think we realized, but that's because so many of the punches were jabs.
Oh, good shot right there.
Oh, you got Booker coming forward.
Yeah.
Connected with a big right hook.
When I say break, don't punch.
Left hook, sorry.
No. When
Left
I say
hook.
break, don't punch. Time.
And the mouthpiece comes out of Franklin's mouth.
Is he hurt?
He might be.
He looks a little bit dazed.
All right, that's one now. Watch his mouthpiece, all right?
Well, if that's the case,
Look at his eyes. Look, when I saw his eyes, they looked a little bit dazed, and he was walking a little bit funny.
Come on,
He
let's go,
might have
let's go.
spit the mouthpiece.
Over here. Time in. Fight.
if you're right, Raul, then the mouthpiece coming out was the biggest break you could have had.
Yes.
That was about a 15-second, maybe 20-second delay.
That's plenty of time to get your head back together.
It's a knot over the right eye of Booker. And Booker, a couple more jabs. Uppercut from Booker.
And Booker's follow-up left hook just missed.
Good right hand slipped in by Franklin. And another one.
Come on, don't hold him.
Franklin keeps dropping that right hand. Watch, he drops that right hand, and Booker's going to catch him with the left hook.
Break, don't punch. Come on, let him go. Fight.
Seems like Franklin opens up too much, a little bit too wide.
Come on, don't hold him.
Straight a little low with that one.
Come on, Rydell. Don't hold him.
Well, it's often said in boxing, when you fight an older opponent, make him realize his age by keeping a pace he can't hope to match.
Right, and I think Franklin is fighting Booker's fight.
Yeah. Although it is early.
Yes.
But we have to keep in mind, Franklin's been 10 only one time.
By and large, pretty good round for Booker.
Good work, baby. Good work.
I got you all in a hurry.
You gotta calm down. Just calm down, son, for me, okay? You looking real good, but now instead of getting over anxious, everything gotta come back, okay? Punches and bunches. You hurt him over there. We can't afford to hurt him and then let him off the hook. Let's get his ass up out of there. He ain't shit. He should be out there.
We're all in agreement the second round was a good one for Booker. You see that left hook? Our boy Raul is so right. That Franklin's right hand low, and that's why he got hit with the left hook.
Twice.
Yeah, twice in that sequence. And here I think we'll see the mouthpiece come out from an inside uppercut. Boy, some subtle work by Booker.
All right, seconds, let's go. Come on, seconds, let's go.
Franklin kind of slumped into his corner. I'm not suggesting he was hurt, but if body language tells you any kind of a story, there might be a little story there. This is round 3.
I don't think there's any doubt, guys. Booker knows how to fight. It's just a question of whether he can still do it or not.
That is. And again, right there, he dropped his right. Franklin dropped his right hand. Booker just
pick it up.
missed the left hook.
I'll tell you what, he's timing. He's trying to set up that left hook every time Franklin comes in.
Long uppercut from Franklin, a little short.
See that check left hook again?
Yep.
He's really sitting down on it now. He keeps touching him with it.
Good right hand that time from Booker. Counter right hand from Franklin was caught on the arm of Booker.
You see Franklin trying to jab, but he hasn't been successful backing Booker up with the jab. If he could do that, it would open up more punches and he wouldn't be getting hit as much. Booker's standing his ground.
And I think because of the way the fight is going now, it's going Booker's way. I think Franklin is a little bit too uptight. He's trying to throw every punch with power. He needs to just let him flow, let his combinations flow. He's too tense.
Well, and he's not pressuring Booker at all. He's really not making Booker fight.
First time on national TV for Franklin.
Yeah, told us he wasn't nervous about it, though.
They always say that,
Yeah,
but how many
exactly.
times have we seen him?
And what's that old line about you have a game plan until you get hit in the mouth? Right?
Exactly.
Well, he's been hit in the mouth. But Barry, you're so right. Look at the pace. When Franklin's not working, Booker's very happy not to work either.
Of course.
He's saving his energy. He's a 38-year-old heavyweight.
And at the same time, winning the rounds.
Yeah.
Nice creative combinations, really putting it together. Look at that. Fast and explosive, changing up the speed.
Come on, Jermaine, don't hold.
Good power. There goes that left hook again.
Break, don't punch, don't punch. Wait.
Franklin's in trouble.
Yeah, it looks like it. I mean, right now he's lethargic.
Well, it's certainly not the start he wanted. But it is a long fight, and there's a chance, because of his layoff and his age, that Booker will slow down. We'll see.
Come on,
I
don't
think
hold him.
Franklin's counting on it.
All right, break.
That's another way you can control the pace. Clinching when you want to clinch.
Right. Well, Booker is nothing if not savvy, and you said it. I mean, he's been around the track a few times.
Yeah, this is a guy who sparred with Lennox Lewis. He sparred with Thomas Hearns, for God's sake.
Oh, there goes another counter lead, then left hook.
Deep breath. Always walking instead of hitting the rope. Just walk. Just take big steps and walk around that ring.
Listen, man, right there. To the forward. Right there. To the forward.
Wait a minute,
You gotta get your jabs on, man. 2 or 3 jabs, okay? 2 or 3 jabs. Don't stay in the front. You gonna be in front of them. Move your head side to side. Okay?
Deep breath.
All right?
Just stay busy with that jab. That's the key to the fight. In a few minutes, a couple more rounds, he's gonna be exhausted. He's throwing all them wide, he's burning a lot of energy. It's gonna be time you pick the shit up in the man wrench. For the water.
He ain't used to backing up, man. Okay? He ain't used to backing up.
Put them off with them.
Make sure they get that water up, please. Time.
There's some spillage in the corner here.
You guys gotta get this water up, man.
It's a small lake.
Yeah, it's not spillage. Right?
Come on, get a little bit more. Get.
And that
Yeah,
can
give
be,
me, give me.
especially on the paint, right where the referee is, over here. Easy for a fighter to slip on that.
And let me tell you, if one of these guys slips on that, it's right near us.
Yeah, exactly.
And these are heavyweights.
Fall the other way.
Barry, I'm putting you in front of me.
Thank you very much.
Time in.
I'll try to save you guys.
I'm always here
Thank
for
you.
you.
In round 3, Booker threw fewer punches than Franklin, but I connected him, 13-11.
Let's not forget to mention Jimmy Paul, Steve.
Yes.
And Booker's corner.
Classic Kronk champion from the great Kronk gym in Detroit. Jimmy Paul was lightweight champion in the, I guess it was the 80s when Kronk was at its heyday.
I grew up watching Jimmy Paul. I fought him on Edward TV.
Good fight.
Yeah, a lot.
Quick right hand that time by Franklin. Franklin missed with that right.
Break. Don't punch. Wait.
It's really important for Franklin to make Booker fight when he doesn't want to fight. When he wants to rest.
Yeah, Franklin just continues to kind of let Booker dictate the fight. Good right hand from Booker.
Counter. He's countering well with both hands.
Yep. He counters, take a step back, and then he angles off of that.
All right, all right.
He's a smart fighter. He's got the experience. I mean, he had a big amateur resume a long time ago, but
yeah.
Tell you what, old man, in a good way, he's the teacher tonight.
Going back into the corner where you wouldn't think he would want to be, but
Come on, don't hold him, don't hold him.
he went there of his own volition.
Right, let him go.
Tell him to step out.
Come on, Jermaine, don't hold him.
You see the holding being done by Booker in there, no doubt about that.
Great, don't
smart.
punch. Come on, back up.
Wait for the referee to break you up.
Right.
Walk back to the center of the ring. Establish your jab again. That's his style. Find his pace. Very comfortable.
Good left to the body, right to the head from Franklin.
That's what Franklin needs to do.
Break. Back up.
Get him off that stance. Push him back. Dig to the body. I haven't seen no body shots by Franklin.
Mouthpiece again for Franklin's second time.
All right, come on. You're here, right?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, now, listen. Come on, you gotta
I
watch
was
this
punching
mouthpiece. But you gotta watch this mouthpiece. That's the second time now.
I got you.
All right.
Booker's
You put me in a situation, he keeps coming
politicking.
out, now I gotta do something. All right, so watch that mouthpiece.
Bite down on that mouthpiece.
All right, over there. Time in.
All right, well, you know, Booker's corner is right next to us, and of course they're screaming. He's spitting the
Yes,
mouthpiece
of
out
course.
because they're campaigning for a point deduction. Of course.
You know, this is the kind of fight, too. A point deduction could be a factor in the fight.
Yeah. Well, there's still 30 seconds left, but this has been Franklin's round, I believe. And that's going to make it pretty close on our cards, if I believe about 2-2.
Yep.
I agree. See, that's where you see Franklin's inexperience. You see that he threw a hard jab. He's trying to load up with every shot.
Yeah, that body shot, I think, got
But it worked.
the attention of Booker, and now he comes upstairs. Booker's talking to Franklin. There was a little uppercut counter in close quarters from Booker. Two body shots and a combination to the head, and a much better round for Franklin.
You know, we talked about Booker being away from the ring for 13 years and 5 months. Compare that to some other bigger name fighters, and it's pretty remarkable. Some of these guys, you forgot that they made comebacks after years and years away from the ring. Carlos Palomino, welterweight champion, 17 years out of the ring, and he had 5 more fights. Tony Ayala, of course, like Booker, stopped fighting because of a jail sentence. And then you look down the list and you see George Foreman, who had 34 fights after he came back, and of course won the heavyweight title in his 40s. And Alexis Arguello. So a lot of fighters, a lot of great fighters came back after long, long layoffs.
See if we can see what happened here, Steve.
All right, seconds, let's go.
Well, let's see if it's a punch or not.
Mouthpiece.
Looks like it might have been a short left hook that caused the mouthpiece of Franklin to come out.
Time in. Right.
So this is round 5. And the two walk to the center of the ring.
You know, I want to echo something that Raul said earlier. He said that Franklin is loading up too much, and I think that's why he's getting countered, because he's throwing his body forward when he punches. He's top heavy, and because every punch is a home run attempt, he's opening himself up to counters.
Yes. It's just part of inexperience, you know, the pressure, fighting on TV. He's fighting a veteran guy. But it seems like in the last round he loosened up a little bit more. He let his combinations go. Still a little bit tight, but let's see how he keeps going here in this round.
Started working the body a little bit more in the last round, too, and I think with some effectiveness.
Yeah, it's a good idea against an older fighter. He threw 74 punches, Franklin did in round 4. Well above the heavyweight average. And I think this is a key round in the fight. Booker has to come back here if he wants to win this fight, because every round could be like the round 4 if he doesn't show a little bit more energy and throw a little more punches.
It might look like Booker just goes into somewhat survival mode and just tries to go the rounds and go the distance.
Well, I'm sure he has a question in his own mind of whether or not he can go the full 10.
Yeah, how could he not, right?
Yeah.
Well, we did ask him, and he said it didn't matter.
He said, I'm an underdog in this fight in years and age only.
Still looking to counter. Did so a little bit with that right hand that time.
Come on, let him go, Jermaine. Stop holding.
Uh-oh. That was, he held him with his right hand and hit him with his left. And 2 counters from Booker. A lot of wild swinging from Franklin.
Well, at least Franklin's coming back now with 3 and 4 punch combinations after Booker caught him. I still think he's winning the round.
And you know, for a big guy, Booker can be pretty elusive when he's slipping those punches.
Yeah.
And he fought James Toney. I think he learned something from him.
Might have, yeah. Talk about savvy.
And he fought James Toney when James Toney was James Toney, at least as a heavyweight version.
You know, I'm not sure that right now Franklin may not be more worn out than Booker.
Well, that's a scary thought if you're in Franklin's corner, because he's fighting a 38-year-old man. He's 10 years younger. No, 13 years younger.
Yeah. Uppercut inside again by Booker. He took a right hand from Franklin.
Don't punch. Back up, back up. Wait. Time.
Well, coming up next, our main event, and the reason that we're all here, as you get a look at Claressa Shields, John David Jackson, her trainer, wrapping her. And we couldn't mention before that both Shields and Hammer, I wouldn't go to the extent of saying loosey-goosey, but they're very calm, not overwhelmed by the moment.
Yeah, we take a look at Hammer, and I agree with you, Barry, and that's maybe somewhat surprising because, yes, Claressa Shields is a world champion. She's had only 8 pro fights. This is clearly the biggest fight of her pro career, and I think you can say the same about Hammer, even though she was a world champion at the age of 20. This is the biggest fight of her career as well. So the loosey-goosey nature of both of them is wonderful to see, and maybe perhaps a little bit surprising.
Yeah, Hammer she knows that fighting in the United States is going to help her in Germany. Gives her so many more credentials.
Yeah, and she's already a star in Germany, as much for her endorsements as for her boxing.
Right.
Representing a lingerie company, among other endorsements.
This is round 6, so we are past the halfway point. Franklin may win this fight just on being busier.
Being busier, and Raul said it, and I'm going to echo it again. He's throwing big shots every time. He's not measuring his man with softer shots to set up the big shots.
Yeah, he's naturally heavy-handed. All he's got to do is touch him, touch. Every shot doesn't have to be hard. He's going to learn. He's going to learn from his fight. I mean, he's a young kid. He's still young. He's, what, 25 years old?
By heavyweight standards,
that's super young.
That's a baby. You saw my scoring. I have Franklin ahead by a point.
So do I.
Yeah,
but I think we all gave him the last 2 rounds, so he has a little momentum built in.
2 jabs, then he missed with the right hand, Booker.
Come on, don't hold him. All right, great. Don't punch. Right.
Touch it. Put some punches together, baby.
You know, I'm glad we're at least getting a chance to see Franklin, because Valine, we didn't really get to see it all.
No, that's right.
And I thought going in that they were going to naturally be measured a little bit against each other because they're both young, undefeated heavyweights. But you can't measure anybody against Valine tonight because he fought 1 round and that was it.
Now, Booker just showed a little sign of frustration to me. Kind of looked at the referee and said, what's going on here?
Oh, nice counter uppercut and counter right hand by Booker.
Well, that's what he's looking for.
Booker's showing a good chin. Been down once, and that was against Tony.
Don't hold him. Break, don't punch.
Does Booker have another gear, guys? That's my question.
Well, he's been in the same one since the opening bell. And it ain't overdrive. Nice combination there from Franklin. Might just be wearing Booker down a little bit here.
I think he is. I think he is. Good body punching now. Got to keep doing that. He's got a lot of body to hit there.
Booker, meanwhile, just pops him in close quarters.
Watch your head, man.
But not enough to win the round, I don't believe.
No. We take a look at some of the numbers. Jabs inconsequential, although Franklin's certainly throwing a lot of them. And it's interesting that Booker has thrown far fewer power shots, but landing at a higher percentage. And Franklin, as Barry pointed out early in the fight, has been relatively effective, certainly more effective than Booker, in punching to the body. So the momentum of this fight is all Franklin, even if the scorecards might indicate there's only a point or two ahead.
On purpose, man. I'm warning him. I'll watch out for it. I'll watch out for it.
He over for your right hand. Throw that right hand in there. Throw that fast right hand.
Huh? You still proud yourself a little bit. You know that. Take care of it.
You know how you pick it up every round, though. This your zone. You in your zone right now.
Yeah, you in your zone.
Let's go. Let's
So
go.
this is round 7 of this 8-round fight. Going to keep a close eye on Booker here because he does seem to be, if not out of gas, he's down about a quarter of a tank, I'd say.
He's still got to watch that left hook by Booker. See Franklin dropping his hand. But not as powerful.
There's your right hand. Most of those were caught at least partially on the gloves of Booker.
Booker's running out of gas, guys.
No doubt. He's not able to
Drake, don't punch. Don't
catch
punch.
the work rate.
But
I still think Franklin's over punching him.
I agree with you.
And like Booker said, he does tend to lean forward when he throws his 1-2.
let him go, Jermaine.
Talking about Franklin. All Booker has to do is take a step back and counter over the top with the right hand.
Yeah, Franklin's just laying in on him.
Yeah. Nice little angles there by Booker, but not throwing enough. A lot of pushing and holding and shoving.
In other words, typical heavyweight boxing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good right hand from Franklin, 1 on 3. And left the body, right to the head. Booker takes a step back. Another right hand to the body. I think Franklin is at least getting Booker's attention in this round.
Most definitely. Look
Another
at
good
that.
left to the body, right to the head. Missed with the right and took a counter right hook. In fact, an uppercut from Booker.
Those counters of Booker are not coming as frequently, but he's very accurate with his counter punches.
But just not throwing enough.
And Franklin again backs into the ropes, takes a combination from Booker.
Hey, let's remember, these are heavyweights. You never know. Look at Wilder Fury.
Yep. Nice uppercut from Booker. And another one. And the crowd rises. I think Franklin may be getting down to empty also. This is a much better round for Booker. Franklin misses, Booker doesn't. Right hand from Franklin there. And a left hand from Franklin. Booker just trying to lay in on him. Franklin gets off the ropes, turns the page on Booker, and forces Booker into the corner for the moment. Final 10 seconds of an action round. Both guys got there again. Franklin now moves in. Best round of the fight.
Okay, I got you.
To come back. Don't let nobody hold you.
Hey, Ren, reach that for me. Jermaine, you looking great. 2 more rounds. That's all we need. I need you to win these 2, though. Okay? We need to get these 2 big.
And we can't take them many punches, though.
That's right.
Go back to tight D and breathe. When it goes into that jungle, we there. That's what we train for. Everything that we put in you is for now, okay?
Big dog.
Take care of yourself.
Stay off the
This is a segment of the fight where Franklin was pinned to the ropes, did a lot of good work, but then back came Booker. And earlier in the round, Franklin was in the corner and did some really good work. Look at that counter right uppercut. You're always told as a fighter never to throw an uppercut from too far away. But again, because Franklin overcommitted so much to his punches, he was open for that uppercut. And Barry said it, great action there at the end. Both guys landed clean, flush.
Get that water up, please.
So this round 8 of this 10-round fight.
Now Booker had some good moments there in the 7th. Does he have enough left to repeat them?
We're going to see. I think both guys are tired. That was caught on the gloves, not a really big punch.
It's been 15 years since Booker went 12 rounds with James Toney. And then, as we've mentioned in his 3 comeback fights, 3 6-rounders. Not the same as going 10 or 12.
No. Combination from Booker. Jab right hand.
Yep, fast counter.
Right.
But that's all he's done in this round. It's that 1-2. I think Booker, Franklin's the one that's initiating everything and taking it to him.
Good right hand there by Franklin. Came up the middle.
Come on, don't hold him. Don't hold him. Let him go. Right out. Let him go.
I understand that Franklin is the future, but you really have to wonder what Booker might have been had he not gone away to jail 15 years ago.
Yes.
I'll tell you what, I mean, he's doing bad with a young, hungry heavyweight.
Yeah, he's doing well now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, it's by no means a lopsided fight.
He is well preserved.
That's one way to put it. Yeah, I think so.
Again, a counter right hand from Booker.
Right. Don't punch. Let him go. Right.
He's very patient, Booker. I would love to see him throw more punches. I think if he threw more punches, he'll be successful there.
Lead
Look at that.
Don't swing.
1-2 angle off of that.
Don't swing it, please.
Let me see him throw more combinations, 3, 4, 5, 6 punch combinations. He's got the speed. He's got the footwork. Oh.
Franklin not doing much in this round.
Just got clipped with another left hook.
Yes.
Come on. Hold him. Break. Don't punch. Back up. Right.
Right there. You got in the front with your hiring now, baby. Here. Come here. With your hiring now. Wait. Okay?
Come here. Okay, come on, really, bro.
Keep your hands up, bro. Keep your hands up here. Come on, right there.
Give me a big wrench.
Come on, baby. Push.
Give me a big wrench.
Come on, man.
You gotta work more than Flint.
Yeah.
Free hand. Dig it in there. His head, though. I know. Just pull it out and dig it in. Just let them hands touch it. The judges see that.
Action from round 8. You know, Booker may not be winning rounds anymore, but he's had moments. Look at that left hook flush. That's been his best punch, the counter left hook, largely because Franklin's right glove has been so low and because Franklin's over trying with his punches.
So we come to round 9. And again, this is going to be a case of attrition. Who's got what left in the last couple of rounds?
Exactly right, and the average punches thrown per round, 55 for Franklin, 36 for Booker. We've been wondering if Booker would slow down. And he never really set a very fast pace, but he's certainly been less effective in the second half of the fight. In terms of jabs thrown, big advantage for Franklin. He hasn't landed that many, but you see that his jab output has slowed down tremendously. from the first 4 rounds.
Again, a lot of laying inside here by both guys. Franklin trying to fight off the ropes and missed with a couple of shots.
Break, don't punch. Back up. Right.
Franklin's done some good work off the ropes and in the corners. And I think the reason he's doing that work and Booker isn't, when Booker's back to the ropes, is because Booker grabs, he holds.
Right.
When he's, let's see if he holds here.
Come on, let him go right out.
He does.
Yep.
Well, Franklin, you know, you need to use more experience and work off of that. You know, push him off.
You let him go.
Move to the side, move the other way. Tighten up on his defense. That way the Booker won't hold him as much.
Break,
See,
don't
look,
punch, don't punch. Back up.
he's making him, I mean, like the way he opens up, that allows for Booker to hold him. If you have a tighter defense and close up on your hands, it makes it harder for Booker to hold him.
He also has a tendency to lunge in.
Come on, Jermaine.
Yeah, he's crowded him. He's leaning his big body on him.
And when you overpunch, you lunge.
Yes.
Come on, Rydell.
I mean, he's causing that. You know? I mean, that's what Booker. It's easier for Booker to hold on to him. Oh, nice uppercut. Well,
and a jab in return, and now
out of nowhere.
Yeah. Now Booker back to the ropes again. Good left hand there from Franklin. And a good right hand of the body.
Franklin doing the right thing. He's got to keep touching. Got to keep touching. Don't load up with every shot.
Well, he's been loading up with every shot the whole fight.
He keeps doing that.
Yeah.
And that's the part of the learning. Learning.
Back up. Let me go.
Find a pretty savvy veteran that teaching him a lot of tricks to me.
But when you lunge and you throw every punch at 100 miles an hour, you lose your balance.
Right. Both guys getting there at the end of the round.
That's all right.
But once again, Booker just not doing enough.
Check out the uppercut by Franklin here, right between the guard. That's a classic example of a good time to use an uppercut because the fighters are close to each other.
Right hand. If you just let it go. You hear me? He always raise your right hand right there. Like you sit down and turn it right over to next hook.
Last round, touch gloves in the ring.
Okay. You're too hard for a close fight. Now what you gonna do?
I'm gonna win this fight.
Okay, well let's go in there and let's do it then. We can't be wasting no time. No.
Take it to his head. Right there.
You double that.
3 minutes, baby. 3 minutes.
You jabbed in.
Bow. Nothing at all. I need you to work, big dog. Don't let your back touch them ropes at all this round. You understand?
Okay. Leave it in.
Come on. Touch gloves.
10th and final round.
All right, come on. Last round, Bubba. Let's go.
Two tired warriors here.
Booker's been 10 or longer multiple times, but of course a long time ago. Franklin went 10 his last fight. Only time he's been 10.
Most recently went 10 to 15.
Oh.
Break. Let it go. Right.
Booker's corner just yelling at him to get going, give it everything. You only got like 2.5 minutes left.
And the problem is to attack for Booker. Well, that hasn't been his success. His success has been counterpunches. He hasn't really initiated a lot of offense.
Right.
So to expect him to do it now when he's tired and we're in the 10th round is probably not going to happen.
Been no knockdowns in this fight. Tempo's been pretty much the same right from the opening bell. Franklin has dictated the tempo.
Break. Don't punch. Back up.
I don't know. Brooklyn Booker has landed a shot in this round.
It's been a while.
Yeah. Every now and then.
Yeah. Too little, though.
Yep.
Break, don't punch, don't punch. Right?
I guess we're not going to see a Wilder Fury 12th round here.
Maybe not, huh?
Break, don't punch, don't punch. Right?
Oh, left hook there from Franklin. Just a little short.
And even with Franklin missing,
Break.
you have to give him the round.
Yeah, he's done that, right?
Unless something crazy happens in the last 20 seconds.
Yeah, most definitely. He worked the whole round and he showed
Break, don't punch. Back up.
like he wants to win the fight.
Break.
He's working.
Final 10 seconds of the fight here. And that's it. And the second half of the fight, I think, pretty much owned by Franklin.
Great learning experience for Franklin. You know, he's fought an okay level of opposition, nothing special. Raul pointed out earlier he's very young. So he has to learn from this, and you know, he's a ways away from challenging the big names in the division. I think we know that.
I think so. I agree, and I think he will learn from this fight. He's a pretty exciting heavyweight to watch, but I mean,
work to be done.
Yeah. But as far as him making noise tonight in the heavyweight division, I don't think so.
Right.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to say, "Oh, we don't want to. We're scared of Franklin." We look at the numbers. 256 jabs is a lot, but 16% landed for Franklin. Very low percent, even lower for Booker. And the difference in this fight was the power shots, 105 to 66 in connects, and good work by Franklin at spots to the body. If we take a look at action, what you're going to see, every highlight you see of Booker is going to be counter left hooks. It's really the main part of his offense the whole night. You see again, counter hooks. He was in this fight at the halfway mark for sure. Mouthpiece comes out there. Round 4, Franklin trying to pick up the tempo. Barry said, and accurately so, that the tempo never really changed the whole fight. At times, they fought off the ropes. A little bit on the inside, not a lot. And I believe it was the 4th or 5th where they had that exchange near the end that was the biggest highlight of the fight. You see that Franklin loading up with every shot. Never really hurt Booker at any point in the fight. Down the stretch, it was all Franklin because of his activity, and I had him winning the last 7 rounds of the fight.
Yeah, hard to argue with that. So that's the way we see it here. Let's take you up the center of the ring. Jimmy Lennon Jr. will make it all official.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of action, we have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, James Kinney, sees it 99 to 91. Judges Henry Grant and Alan Rubenstein both score the bout 98 to 92. All three in favor of the winner. And still undefeated, Jermaine Franklin.
So a learning fight, I think it's fair to say, for Jermaine Franklin. Work to be done for sure. Came in a little bit heavy. I think the next time we see him, most likely we'll see him around the 235 that he expected to come in this time.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was a good performance for him. Like I said, he's going to learn a lot from this savvy veteran. The first half of the fight, you know, it didn't go, it was pretty even then, but he took over the second half of the fight, threw more punches, maybe Booker tired. And like I said, this 10 rounds, it's like medicine for him. He's going to learn from that.
Yeah, and when he watches the tape of this fight, the first thing he's going to see is how he overpunched and how he has to control his punches a little better, mix them up, soft, hard, because he'll keep his balance better. But let's face it, he's only 25 years old, which for a heavyweight is a baby, and he's still undefeated. So this is a fighter who has a chance.
Yeah, and he did step up in caliber competition tonight, and he came out here with a W, and a lopsided W at that. So another one of those guys that you got to say we're gonna see again, and I have an idea we will probably see an improved Franklin the next time around. Well, coming up next here at Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic